Hey everyone, this is Virdelet here with our 10th Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Quick question, don't you hate when you try to make a weather team and then all the weather pokes suck? I mean, not suck, but I personally hate Politoed, so it's impossible to make a rain team without Politoed. I tried to make a rain team with a Rain Dance Jellicent, that's all. So let's watch what will happen. I'll lead off with Jellicent. He leads off with his Terrakion. I know I can live any hit because of max HP. He goes for Stonage. This does way too much because it's a critical hit. I go for Will-O-Wisp. I can't live the next hit. Nor can I recover off because most of his pokes are faster than me. So I'll just go for Recover hoping he'd miss. That exactly happens. So I'll go for Recover. Gain some HP. He's burned. There's no way he'd kill me. Now I go for Rain Dance. Goes for Stone Edge, lands the third one. No, I mean the second one. Back to my low health. I think I should have recovered, but I thought I don't want to risk it or get greedy and get a critical hit because I need the rain for most of my team. Now I'm gonna switch out. Go into my Garchomp. This is a special Garchomp. It's called Parthenax, mainly because Parthenax in Skyrim is always sleeping on the mountain with lots of HP. So this is actually a rest sleep talk Garchomp. Max HP, max defense with Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin. I go for Outrage because I don't want to go for Earthquake and then he will bring his Rotom. Now he brings his Rotom. The rain is actually a downside for me right now because Hydro Pump will do way too much. He goes for a Will-O-Wisp. Turns out he's faster, which is really weird. Maybe he's invested in speed. So I get confused, luckily for me, because I need to switch out. Now this burn isn't really a bad thing, because like I said, this is a rest, and I can rest off the burn anyways. I switch out, even though he could have taken me out with the Hydro Pump, but he makes a double switch. But I think it's a completely random double switch. I go into my Wrath, which is the Basculin. A lot of people complain why I call it Wrath, but look at its face, it's raging. Anyways, I go for Aqua Jet. Surprisingly, this doesn't kill the Espeon, so I'm thinking it's a max HP Espeon. Because Basculin has the ability Adaptability. If you don't know what that does, any stab move will be powered to 2 instead of 1.5. Goes into his Tangrowth. It was an obvious switch, but I didn't want to overpredict. I just want to take the Espeon out. So now I switch out into my Parthenax again, because I know he'll Leech Seed and do shenanigans, and I can Tangrowth is a perfect Pokemon to rest on. The rain stops, which is bad because I don't get to use my Swift Swim Bear Tick. I use Rest, back to full health. Goes for Leech Seed as I expected, but this won't matter. I felt Tangrowth had lots of HP, but you can see how much it's recovering out of Leech Seeding me. Look at that. It's like a Poison Heal, damn. Anyways, I switch out, go back into my Hohelmidus. Expecting him to go for some Sleep Powder or something. Thought maybe I'm faster and I could recover off, but that was a bad move on my part and I wasted my Jellicent for no reason. But the Reflect wears off, which is good. I go into my Galmar. Galmar Iron Fist. Google that and you'll recognize the reference if you played Skyrim. Anyways, I go for Icicle Crash. Take the Substitute out easily. Goes for Leech Seed and misses, which is not the most essential thing, but it's good because with the life leftovers and shit. I go for another Icicle Crash. Take the Espeon out. Now at this point I realize that Galmar isn't really useful because I think it's mostly slower than most of his team and I can't switch anything into the Nidoking. So I go for Aqua Jet. And this does acceptable damage considering it's not stab or anything. He goes for a Flamethrower. Takes me out easily, I think. If he's Life Orbed, he'll take me out no matter what, but With the rain I could have taken the flamethrower, but unfortunately no rain. I really wish there would be like a cooler drizzle Pokemon. Anyways, here I go into my Basculin, use the double edge because I expected the Rotom to come on the Waterfall or Aqua Jet. But I think the Tangrowth was a better option for him. I should have thought of that. So now I switch out, go into my Merit, which is the Tornadus. He goes for Leech Seed. There's a huge reason why I can't attack this guy, because even though it's a rain team, you'd expect me to be Hurricane and Shenanigans, but actually I'm a physical Tornadus, and I have Acrobatics on it. But for now, I have an item. I will not say what the item is. Maybe that's a common set, I don't know actually. Usually I check Smogon to see if my set is common or not. First of all, I create the set without looking at anything, and then I see Damage Calc and Smogon if they have the same set. Anyway, I switch out because I can't attack, even though I set up a bulk up. Yeah, even the Tornadus is actually not EV trained correctly. It should have been max HP, but I gave it an attack and I realized this is actually crap, because you can't bulk up. You won't survive anything if you use bulk up. Anyways, I use Sleep Talk, Rest, doesn't work, I take it back. Because this thing can really counter physical Tornadus. I mean physical Landorus. So go into my Thundurus Therium form. He goes for Leech Seed. I have Hidden Power Ice. I will not overpredict. But he switches out. And Hidden Power Ice, despite being a very weak move, does a little bit of acceptable damage to Rotom. I know that's not a lot, but at least it's more than the leftovers. I switch out my Power Wolf, go into my Basculin, and now I know, yeah, to take the Water move by the way, which I don't think I could have handled, good thing he missed. But high moves, high risk. So I go into my Basculin and then double switch into my Thundurus, expecting the Tangrowth to come back in. Now at this point, I already over-predicted, but it was good. So I know he's not going to switch out, thinking that I'll over-predict again. I go for Hidden Power Ice and he stays in. He survived that and goes for the Leech Seed. Now again, I'm gonna double switch out again, because he has the Regenerator. There's no way he'd just let his Tangrowth die like that. So I double switch into my Wrath, and he double switches into his Rotom, which is perfect. I know he's not gonna overpredict again because, you know, he can stay in. I go for Double Edge and take the Rotom out. I was actually surprised because Basculin's main power is Adaptability, and Double Edge is a normal type move. Goes back into his Tangrowth. I decide to save my Wrath because priority is always important. Go back into my Merit. Now I'm gonna speed this up a little. He goes for Substitute. I'll go for Bulk Up. He goes for Leech Seed as expected. And I go for another Bulk Up. He goes for Giga Drain. Now I think I wanted to go for another Bulk Up, but I wasn't sure if I'd survive that. Or at least I don't want to risk anything. So now I go for Rest. Restore my full health. And eat the Chesto Berry. And he goes for Substitute, expecting me to attack. Now I go for Acrobatics. Remove the Substitute. He goes for another Substitute, which is actually a great move on his part. To drain me out. He keeps subbing every time I break it. Every time I break it, he keeps subbing back. So Acrobatics, 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 and now he goes for Synthesis, expecting maybe to live it from full health. But I go for Acrobatics, and maybe the max attack thingy helped me out. Maybe it's irrelevant, but I take it out. It goes down, damage from the Rocky Helmet, but I don't care. Then he goes into his Landorus, which I wasn't sure if he's Scarfed or something, but I decided I don't want to switch out, and I go for Acrobatics and I'm faster. And this Acrobatics is actually thumbnail worthy. He goes into his Nidoking. I'm not sure if it's Scarfed or Life Orb, but he forfeits, so good game Ryan, thank you for the match. And he's actually a passerby, so I don't know if he watches my channel or anything. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the other good things. Thank you.